Hi everyone, and welcome to this Google AdWords Made Simple workshop. Now, I could talk to you about Google AdWords for a week. There's that much to learn and that much to know. So what I'm going to try and do now is just give you the brief overview to get you started so you can have a first attempt at doing a Google AdWords campaign. So, let's get started. So you may have heard of AdWords and you may have heard of AdSense. So what's the difference? Okay, well, AdWords it allows people to advertise their website by using ads on the right hand side of the Google search page. You may have seen these little ads on the right hand side, and sometimes some coloured ads on the top of the left hand side. And you can also advertise on other people's websites through Google. AdSense, on the other hand, is where website owners sign up to allow Google to place ads on their websites. Google then pays them a percentage of the fees charged by Google per click. If you go to someone's website, you see an advert, you click on it, the person who's put the advert there has to pay Google a fee for that click, and they split that fee with the website owner. What we're going to be focusing on today is Google AdWords. The whole point of Google AdWords is to get traffic to your website, to your business. If you've got an online business or a website and you haven't got any traffic, then you haven't really got an online business. Traffic is the lifeblood of any online business. That's why it's so important. So, Google AdWords costs money. Why should you pay for traffic? Well, first of all, it's quick and easy to implement. You can have your ad running within 10 to 15 minutes, driving traffic to your website. There are no ranking formulas to follow, so you don't have to be wary of Google's algorithms and all those other things that you have to take note of when you're trying to organically rank on the left hand side of Google's first page. And you don't have to wait months for your traffic to arrive. When you're trying to get an organic ranking, you get backlinks to your website, you submit articles, you submit press releases. There are lots and lots of different techniques, but the traffic takes a while to arrive, and it takes a while for your site to be on the first page of Google. With AdWords, it's virtually instant. So what is pay-per-click? Well, pay-per-click is when you run an advert on one of the major search engines such as Google, Yahoo or Bing. Now you run it for free. Your advert gets shown every time somebody types in a search for a particular keyword that's linked to your advert. You only pay each time somebody clicks on your advert and goes to your website. So it's almost like payment by results. Your advert might be shown 50,000 times, but if only 2 people click on it, you only pay for those 2 clicks. Facebook also run a pay-per-click system, but it's slightly different to Google, Yahoo and Bing, and we'll cover that in a different training. Okay, so what you're doing with Google AdWords is essentially you're bidding on a price that you're willing to pay for somebody to click on your advert. The more you offer in your bid, the higher up the right hand side of the page here your advert will be. These adverts here are pay per click, as are these here. These top 3 are paying the most money, followed by these. A higher bid results in a higher ad placement. Now, you can also structure your ad to get a high conversion rate. The higher your conversion rate, i.e. the more people that click on it, then the higher up Google will put your ad, because the more clicks that you get, the more money you have to pay Google. So it makes sense, if you're getting a lot of clicks, they're going to move your ad up here or across here. Okay, bear in mind a 1% conversion is the average. So if every 100 times your ad's shown, it's likely to be clicked on once. Okay, so first thing to do is open an account with Google. Go to www.google.com/AdWords. You come to a page like this. If you're not already a member, you can sign up for an account up here. Put all your details in, click sign up. There are also a number of training videos that you can watch that will give you an idea of how to do your campaign. So there are 4 steps to getting started with a Google AdWords campaign. First step is keyword research. Second step is setting your budget. The third step is setting your bid. And the fourth step is designing your ads. We'll cover all of these in more detail as we go through this training. So keyword research. This is the key. Firstly, you've got to know your target market. Who are the audience for your products? Once you know who your target market is, it's easy then to identify your keywords. A keyword is a word that somebody will type into Google. When they do, Google will show your advert. So for instance, if you were selling hand cream, your keyword may be hand cream. If somebody types hand cream into Google, Google will show your ad on the right hand side. Now, to make life easy, Google have a keyword tool, which we'll look at in a moment, that makes finding keywords easy. When you're thinking about keywords, you might want to think about long tail keywords. These are keyword phrases really, made up of 4 or 5 words, which are much more easy to rank on the first page of Google for, rather than the ultra competitive keywords that everybody's trying to get, all the big companies. For instance, dieting is a massively competitive keyword. If you wanted to get on the first page of Google for dieting with a pay-per-click advert, you're probably going to pay 30, 40, 50 pounds a click. That's how competitive some of these keywords are. So I'd advise you to stay well away from them. So, the search-based keyword tool provided by Google. This is a great tool. Over here is the top of the page. This is the bottom of the page. You type in your keyword here, so say hand cream for instance. You put in the category and you click search. What Google will do then, it will return lots of search results. So here it tells you that hand cream has got a lot of competition. There were 246,000 global searches for hand cream each month, and 40,500 local searches. Across here, it then will go and give you derivatives or alternatives to hand cream. So these are more of your long tail keyword phrases. Again, Google tells you how many searches per month locally and globally that keyword gets. You want to be striking a balance between a highly competitive keyword, but one that's getting enough searches to make it worth your while. You know, if a keyword isn't getting a lot of searches, stay away from it. It's not going to get you any money. The next tool that Google provide you with is the traffic estimator. What this does is gives you an idea of how much traffic you're likely to get at any given cost, and how many clicks you're likely to get from that traffic. It's not a science, but it does help. So for instance, hand cream, put hand cream in here. What this tells us, we put £1 in as a maximum cost per click. £1 per click is what we told Google we'll be willing to pay. That's a maximum. You won't always have to pay that. So with a bid of £1 a click, Google estimates that you would get between 24 and 29 clicks. Okay, that's per day. That's based on them showing your advert between 6 and 842 times. The average position in the listing that you've seen on the right hand side earlier would be between 4 and 5 here. And the total cost per day would be no more than £10.49. Okay, so down here it tells you exactly the number of impressions, the average position, the daily cost, and the cost per click. So that's quite a useful tool to have a look at. Now, this is very important, setting your bid and your budget. As you work through setting up your account and setting up a campaign, you'll come to this page. Down here it says default bid. You need to put in there the maximum bid that you wish to have for your advert. Click on your advert, and here you can put your daily budget. So for instance, you could put 5p per click. That's a maximum with a £5 per day budget. That will get you 100 clicks a day, or yeah, a lot of impressions, but a maximum of 100 clicks per day, and your budget won't go over that. So by setting your bid and your budget, you control exactly how much your spend is going to be. There'll be no nasty surprises. If you don't set these, then your adverts will run and you will lose a lot of money. So, designing your ads. Your headline is the most important element of your ad, as it is with any advert, not just online adverts. So make sure you get an attention grabbing headline. In your ad, you need to have a call to action. Read this, click here, watch this. A call to action is essential. On your adverts with Google Adwords, you have a display URL or web address. Now this does not have to be the web address that you're sending people to when they click on your advert. So what I recommend is putting your keyword into your URL. So in this instance, you might put www.besthandcream.co.uk. That will show as if that was your website, although when it's clicked on, it will take customers to your proper website. Okay, according to Google, there are 5 pillars to success in a Google AdWords campaign. So let's have a quick look at them. The first one is structuring your AdWords account. Second one is choosing the right keywords. The third one is writing attention grabbing ads. Your fourth one is selecting the right landing pages, and your fifth one is tracking who became your customers. So, in theory, according to Google, if you get all these 5 right, then you'll have a successful AdWords campaign. So let's have a look at them in more detail. Structuring your AdWords account. You need to ensure that your keywords or keyword lists are separated into categories or ad groups. And here's what I mean. Here's your main account. Now you may have a campaign here for hand cream and a campaign here for foot cream. Keep them separate. So you let's look at the campaign for hand cream. You may have a keyword list here for your hand cream and a keyword list here, a completely different keyword list for your hand cream. Now you need to run different ad groups for each keyword or keyword list. So your keyword list over here may have 2 or 3 ads that you rotate and run, and this group here will have 2 or 3 ads that you'll rotate and run. And exactly the same over here with 3 ad groups over here. You can have as many as you want. Just make sure that they're all kept separate. Otherwise it can be very, very confusing. Okay, you need to choose the right keywords. So how do we do that? Well, as I said, keywords should be 2 to 4 words long. It's more of a keyword phrase than a keyword. Don't be too general or too specific with your keywords. If you're too general, you'll get too many clicks. It'll cost you a lot of money. If you're too specific, you won't get enough people clicking, and it won't be worth running your campaign. You've got to find a balance in the middle. Use the Google Keyword tool, as I outlined earlier, to find relevant keywords. Write attention-grabbing ads. So what does that look like? Well, in a Google Adwords campaign, you get 25 characters for your headline. This has got to grab people's attention. You then have 2 lines of 35 characters to describe what you have to offer. And finally, you have your URL or web address, which can, as I said earlier, be really whatever you want it to be. Don't forget, within these 2 lines, as well as describing what you have to offer, you need to have a call to action. So you need to be very, very succinct. When writing your ad, you need to use the system known as AIDA. This is a well-known marketing model. In any sales and marketing campaign, you would use AIDA. This stands for A is attention. You've got to grab people's attention. That's what your headline should do. Then you've got to get their interest. Your first line needs to get their interest along with your heading. You then need to create a desire for your product in your prospective customer. And finally, your call to action. You've got to get them to do something. Right, selecting the right landing pages. Think about what is the most appropriate page on your website to send your customers to. If your advert is about hand cream and you sell hundreds of different types of creams, you need to send your customer, when they click on your advert, directly to the page with the hand cream on. If you send them to your home page and they've got to search through your website, they won't hang about, they'll be gone. You'll have wasted your money and you'll have lost the customer. So think about the most appropriate page for your customer to land on. And then track who became your customers. Google Analytics enables you to drill down into the detail of who your customers were, who came to your website, where did they come from, how long did they stay, which pages did they look at, which advert did they respond to, which keywords did they type in. These are all valuable things that you can use to improve your campaign. With your adverts, as I said earlier, you need to have a group of adverts, 2 or 3 adverts that are just slightly different, maybe a different colour, they may have slightly different text, and you rotate those adverts. Google will do it for you, and what Google will do is show more of the more popular adverts and stop showing the less popular adverts. What you need to do is to keep an eye on these adverts, take out the worst performing ones and replace them with new ones that you can carry on testing. So you're continually testing your ads and changing them to get better results. And you can use Google Analytics to see which keywords and which ads are getting the most clicks, and then adjust your campaign accordingly. So 4 things that you should know, and some of this I'm just recapping. Okay, beef up your landing pages, as I said earlier, not necessarily your home page. Use global negatives. Google allows you to stop ads running if certain words are being searched for. So if, for instance, you had hand cream and you wanted people, your advert, sorry, to show when people typed in hand cream, if somebody typed in free hand cream, you wouldn't want your advert to run, because you're not looking for people to click on your advert who are looking for freebies. You want buying customers. So you may say to Google, if somebody types free in along with my keywords, then don't show my advert. That way you don't waste your money. Again, use keyword specific URLs. You can put at the bottom of your advert something that's got the keywords in that you're aiming for, and track your progress, your conversions, and your return on investment. What you need to do is work out what a customer is worth to you and to your business. Once you know that, it's valuable information, because then you can work out how much you're prepared to pay in order to get that customer. Therefore, you can calculate your return on investment. You can look at the maximum amount you're prepared to pay to get a customer, and then see if your adverts are achieving that return on investment. Okay, there are 6 mistakes that you should avoid. Your ads lacking a unique selling point. Your ads have got to stand out against the other ads on the page. Some may be above you, some may be below you. Yours has got to stand out. You've got to grab people's attention, and you've not got many characters to do that. Poor use of keywords. Again, this just stresses the importance of getting the right keywords and continually testing and tweaking your keywords. Poorly optimized landing pages. Let's say when the customer lands on your landing page, everything should be there for them. You should make it as easy as possible for them to buy your product. Broad matching. Again, as I said earlier, if your matching is too broad, you're going to get lots of impressions of your advert, lots of clicks, but actually not targeted towards your actual audience. And not rotating your ads. I can't stress enough how you need to continue to test and rotate your ads until you get rid of all the bad ones and you have a crop of really good ones. And no tracking. I think from what I said in the last slide, you must realize by now, tracking and the information that Google Analytics can give you can mean the difference in a Google AdWords campaign between failure and success. So how do you increase your conversions? Well, there are a number of little things you can do. You can use brands as your keywords. Sometimes people will be searching for particular brands. If you put that brand name in with your keyword or your keyword phrase, there's a much better chance people are going to type it in and find your advert. Another way of increasing conversions once people get to your site is to use what we call a squeeze page. A squeeze page is a page that is designed to get your customer's name and email address. You've probably seen them on the internet. When people click on your advert, instead of sending them to your landing page, you could send them to a squeeze page where you give them a free ebook or a free product in return for their email and name. You can then, once you've got them on your email list, start to send them regular emails, persuading them to go to your website, have a look at your products and buy your products. Use good search engine optimization on your landing pages. Make sure all your links are working properly and that your website looks good, looks professional, and makes it easy for people to buy. Split test your ads constantly, as I've said. Now, keep it simple. It's always the best option, I find. Stay organized with your ad groups. Be specific with your keywords, but not too specific that you don't get the clicks. Don't use content targeting or the search network. That's the AdSense side of things. It's a completely different kettle of fish, and something we may cover in another training. And do not broad match, as I've said twice now, I think. You've got to find the balance between too broad and too specific. And use dynamic titles. Dynamic titles is a bit more advanced. This is where Google will insert certain words into your ads, so it looks as though they're an exact match for what people are typing in. Again, as I said, this is quite an advanced technique, and it's something we may cover in another training. Staying competitive. There are lots and lots of adverts out there. How do you stay competitive in your market? First, you can use geo-targeting. All this is thinking about the demographic of your target market and then only showing your adverts to that target market. So for instance, if you had a product or a service that you only provided on the Isle of Wight, say gardening for instance, then you would use geo-targeting to make sure that your adverts were only shown to people on the Isle of Wight searching for your keywords. That way you're not wasting adverts and wasting clicks for people all over the country or all over the world clicking on your advert when you can actually provide them a service or a product. Study your competition. This is one of the biggies for me. Whatever keywords you're going for, type them into Google, see what adverts come up, see who's chasing those keywords, and have a look at their ads. And use their ads as a basis for putting together your ad. Steal some of their ideas. What is it that draws you to their ad? Put it in your ad. No good reinventing the wheel. And just like your adverts, use trial and error with your keywords. Test certain keywords. If they're not working, stop using them. Try some different ones. Try different combinations. As I said earlier, always have optimized and specific landing pages based on the product that you're advertising. So, building your campaign. Think about where your ads are going to be shown, about your demographic and where your products and services can be sold. Restrict your ads to only run on the search network, not on the content network. Choose your keywords carefully. Consider using an exact match or an exact phrase match for your keywords, and then your advert will only be shown if that exact match or phrase is typed into Google. And as I said, use negative keywords to prevent your ad from showing when the freebie seekers are searching for your stuff. And look at what your competitors are doing and copy them. So, how are you going to fund your campaign? Advertising networks such as Google, Yahoo and Facebook know that you need to spend some money before you'll see a positive return. They therefore often offer vouchers to get you started. Vouchers, unfortunately, can only be applied to new accounts or accounts that have been opened in the last 14 days. But they do give you an opportunity to try out a campaign without spending not any of your own money now, but much of your own money. Prior to the 1st of October, Google used to give out vouchers so that you could try out a Google Adwords campaign. You'd see them in magazines, computer magazines, and myself as a member of the Google Webmasters Network would regularly get sent vouchers to give out to customers. However, as of the 1st of October, that's changed slightly. The new vouchers from Google are for £75. However, in order to obtain that £75, you need to deposit £25 of your own money. So today, if you're watching this live, and if you're not, contact me because I may well have some vouchers. Today you can have a voucher worth £75 when you open an account with Google. However, you must deposit £25 of your own money, which will then be made up by Google to £100. So for £25 you can run a £100 Google Adwords campaign. If you set your clicks right and your daily budgets, you could run a 2-week campaign with £100, no problem at all, to see whether this is right for you, whether you can get any return on your investment. So the trick is to limit your first campaign to that £100 value. Then all it's cost you is £25 and you've had a good test. You've dipped your toe in the water. So, any questions? Obviously if you're watching this, then you're not watching live, so you can't ask me any questions. But if you have any questions, or you would like a Google AdWords £75 voucher, then drop me an email at davecrew@yahoo.com and I'll do my best to answer your questions. And if you want a voucher, I'll send you the voucher code. It's just a code that you'll then put in when you register. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.